When I pulled this for review, I thought it would just be a pretty good bang for buck IPS panel, but it's got another trick up its sleeve that I genuinely wasn't expecting. Good afternoon, welcome to Turbo Tortoise Tech. If you're new here, I'm recently 4-piece variety, Orca Triple XL, and your boy does love a Dell IPS monitor. So when I saw this pop up on the Evetech store for like a whole 3,400 Rand on the new arrivals, I was like, 100 Hertz IPS 27-inch Full HD for 3,400 Rand. Seems like a bit of a deal. Let's try and check it out and see if it comes up to that. And it actually did more than I was expecting, as I said. But anyway, let's start with what's in the box. So you get an HDMI. A really nice HDMI cable, honestly. You get a proper kettle plug as well with a 3-pin for South Africa. We love that. You then obviously get a little stand for the neck, but there's 2 covers there that'll be on your screen right now, just to make the back panel look a little bit nicer. If we look at the back of the monitor, you can see the kind of neck design and the layouts for the base mount so that you can cover it up with one of those covers. And then on the left-hand side, you've got HDMI 2 all the way on the top left over there. And then around the bottom, you've got HDMI 1 and your kettle plug. So bit of an odd setup, but once it's all put together and you've taken off that little removable clip on the neck and put your cables through it, it does look quite neat. It's got a decent amount of tilt as well. You can go 21 degrees back and 5 degrees forward like that. So it's got enough that I would call it acceptable. It doesn't have a periscope neck or anything. I didn't really expect it to have a periscope neck at that price, to be quite honest. And then along the back, you've got the good old default Dell joystick type setup with the power button. And then the OSD then pops up out of that. So if I push it once and then I go up, then you've got the good old default Dell OSD that sits on the screen. And there's not a lot to choose from. The presets are pretty good, I will say that. The ones that it comes with on the color palette are varied enough that you're going to be probably quite happy with them. I never felt like I needed to go into the custom color palettes or anything like that. I did, however, attack it with brightness. I went to about 90% and I increased the contrast to about 80%. It does obviously give you a warning about energy when you do that, because this is a 300 candela meter squared panel. It's also got saturation control built into it, which is a really big plus for making sure that you get the saturation palette that you want specific to your gaming. The panel is rated by Tov Rhineland for 4 out of 5 on eye comfort, and I'd echo that. It was pretty damn good as far as that goes. It's got a 99% sRGB rating. So all around, just seemingly a pretty solid panel. In my gaming experience, I found the IPS pixel response time very welcome. Compared to the previous generation VA at the same kind of price, the IPS is a lot better as far as that goes. Having 100 Hz refresh rate also doesn't really hurt, and it feels good. It feels much better than 60. Just that jump over to 100, it just makes all the difference, and it's just consistent with that. And if I consider like my AAA gaming performance, even on the test bench with a 13600K and a 3070 Ti, I still only get like high 90s when I go absolutely full tilt on something like Cyberpunk. So 100 Hz doesn't feel out of place. It feels like it's actually pretty good. The viewing angle on this model is not what I would call complete. It's not going to give you full like 178 degrees. It does have a little bit of a sheen from the matte finish over it and a little bit of IPS glow, which is kind of normal, and I would expect it at this price. And it didn't upset me. If you were sitting off to the side, you'd still be able to see everything on screen pretty well. It's just going to be a little bit contrasty. It's going to be a little bit darker than you would be normal. You would expect normally, is basically the way that I can sum it up. So for me, at this point, there was a little bit of a hole here in the specification because there's no audio pass-through. Then I saw they were promoting the 5-watt speakers, and I'm like, oh, okay, sure thing, Dell. This is going to be great. They are so flippin' loud and so good. I was beyond stunned. The mid-range, the bass was exceptional. It was like really, really good. You could listen to music on this. You could play back media for like even a multimedia business. I was genuinely shocked at how good the speakers are on this. And then it got me thinking, with that dual HDMI input, both of them being HDMI 2.0 because you can get 100 Hz refresh rate from them, console and PC all in one, And this would be significantly better than a TV. You cannot compare this to like 99% of the TV speakers out there. This thing is exceptional with its audio quality. It has no business being this good for this amount of money. I would pay like another $300 on the current price based on just the speakers alone, because they are that good. If you don't have an audio pass-through system like on this, and you were expecting one, or you need one or something, I don't think you'll be needing it. Honestly, if you're happy with speakers, then these are good. The audio split's really good. It's astounding how good it is. So the panel color reproduction, I got to give it a solid like 9 out of 10. It's a Dell IPS. It does an exceptional job there. Pixel response time's great. 100 Hz refresh rate, very welcome. Speakers, absolutely incredible. 12 out of 10. Way ahead of what I was expecting them to sound like. So it's sleek. It's simple. It was already pretty good value, and now just kicked it up a notch. This is like perfection from Dell. And the price point, 3,400 Rand, with a 3-year warranty, with top Rhineland certification, etc., etc., with these nice panels to cover it up. Yes, you can get a cheaper monitor at like 2,800 Rand. But trust me, that extra like $500-600 that you're paying over there, it's going to be worth every penny. Anywho, that is all I've got for you on this S2725H. From Dell. If you have enjoyed this review, please do us up with a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side.